help them fight for what is right. And with this voice, we have to be the change. As a girls' school, we need to be supporting girls all over the world, especially ones who are losing their lives simply because they want freedom. Freedom for simple things. Freedom to dress however they want without the fear of being killed. Freedom to dance and sing in the streets without the fear of being killed. Freedom to ride a bike in public without the fear of being killed. And freedom to wear nail polish or makeup to school in order to impress themselves without the fear of being killed. These are all things that are currently illegal for women and girls to do in Iran.
Roxana's actions demonstrate the idea that using your voice can lead to an amazing impact and has the potential to educate your peers and the community around you. Thank you so much for coming today, Roxana. We are very happy to have you.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction, and good morning, Marlborough School.
Good morning.
I could not be more excited to be standing in front of all of you today. As she kindly mentioned, I am an alumna of Marlborough. I graduated class of 2013, which is almost a decade ago, which is surreal to say because the memory of sitting in your exact seats and rolling up my pleated skirt is still very fresh in my mind. The reason that I and the amazing speakers are on campus today for International Day of the Girl is because the largest women's rights movement happening on the face of the planet right now is happening in Iran. And more significantly than that, those at the forefront of this movement are preteen and teenage schoolgirls exactly like you. You know, people I've spoken to recently assume that the reason I feel compelled to speak about the events unfolding in Iran is because I'm Iranian. And while I certainly have a personal connection and interest in the culture that raised me, of course, my real conviction stems from how inspired I've been by the sheer fearlessness of these 12, 14, 16-year-old girls who are quite literally risking their lives every day fighting for their basic freedoms. Today, girls like you and me in Iran don't have the freedom to wear what they want, to travel to where they want, go to a soccer game, a concert, and most famously, as we've seen in the news recently, with the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini, cannot even show a little bit of hair without running the risk of being jailed or even killed. While I am livid and disgusted by the level of oppression that these girls have had to endure, I am equally as energized to join them in their unyielding fight for freedom. If there's one thing that Marlborough has instilled in my fiber, it is to use my voice to speak up when there's a point to be made. These girls in Iran are clearly made of that same exact fabric of us Marlborough girls, and they need us now more than ever to amplify their voices. So really, without further ado, our first speaker is an actor and a comedian who has had many comedy specials on Netflix, including the special called Immigrant. He played Jafar in Disney's movie Descendants. In the movie 13 Going on 30, which is a classic. It just keeps going. He's a regular panelist on NPR's Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. And has appeared often as a guest on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Book, I'm not a terrorist, but I've played one on TV. And most recently, he's been active on his Instagram page, using his voice to bring attention to the movement taking place in Iran. Please welcome to the stage, Maz Javandi.
Good morning. How are you? How are you? Hello. Thank you so much. Marlborough, thank you, Roxana, for the kind introduction. So we're here today to talk to you guys about what's going on in Iran, and you guys are thinking, well, what is it? Why should I care about Iran? Okay, first of all, before we even get started, I want to let you guys know something. You can make a difference. You already know that because you guys are Marlboro. But you can make a difference, whether it's with Iran or with Black Lives Matter or women's movement. Just remember, you can make a difference. And I honestly feel, I'm a comedian, but I feel no matter what you guys end up doing in life, whether you become lawyers or doctors or artists or whatever you do, if you don't stand for something, then what's the point? So just think about that. Always stand for something, all right? So with Iran, what's going on, you guys? You all have to wear uniforms, correct? Yeah. Now imagine if that uniform that you wear at school, you had to wear it everywhere you went in public, all the time. And not only that, you had to wear it perfectly the way the government had decided you should wear it. And part of that uniform was also to cover yourself up, which is called a hijab, okay? That's what's going on in Iran. And here's where it gets even more unfair. Imagine where it was only women that had to do it. Men could wear whatever they want. Women had to wear the uniform, the hijab. This is not the first time this has happened. It's been going on for 43 years since Iran became the Islamic Republic of Iran. Before that, Iran was a lot more progressive. Sure, it had its own problems, but it was progressive. Women could walk around, wear what they wanted. It was not a big deal. But as soon as the revolution happened, the first group that the government went after was women. So what we're doing today, we're here to talk to you guys, and I'm so proud of you guys for being part of this. We're asking you guys to get involved. Let your friends know, let your family know, let your leaders know, let the media know, and I'm going to show you a little clip of something that just came out. She served as the city of LA as a commissioner appointed by Mayor Garcetti to the Commission on the Status of Women, and she has a law degree and a byline at the Huffington Post. She's a commentator on public radio, on global and local issues. All right, everybody, I want you to welcome now to the stage Mariam Zar.
So all over the world, you guys, somewhere in this corner of the world, there are girls for whom equity is not a thing. And I noticed when I was driving up to Marlboro, there was a panel on your wall that said, "Equity leads education." So I want to tell you all that education is huge for girls around the world. Girls, just like you, can't grow up to be women like these guys that you're going to meet in a minute who are doing so many important things and giving voice to so many different people. As Maz just said, their heads are covered. They don't have all their senses. Maybe they can't hear as well. They don't have peripheral vision. They can't get out there and experience the world the way that you guys do. And so that encumbers them. And it makes it difficult for them to reach their dreams, to reach their potential. So that's what we're here to tell you guys, that there are girls around the world who need your voice, because you are able to reach that potential. You can learn freely. You can think as you'd like, and that is not the case everywhere. So we are going to have a call of action before we're done. We're going to ask you guys to lend us your voice and to be part of the girl movement that is going to gain empowerment for all women around the world.
And I don't expect any of you to actually know what's happening there. You don't know, I don't know if you know anybody who lives in Iran, if you know what their daily lives are like, if you know that a 16-year-old in Iran is just like you, how would you know, right? And honestly, no one can expect you to care. I don't expect you to care. You have your own problems, right? But I'm going to show you a video, and after this, we're going to talk about this expectation to care, okay?
Thank you so much, you guys. The energy in this room is absolutely amazing. It's just so fantastic, and I'm delighted to be here. Will you be their voice? Women make up 50% of our global population, and yet they are being treated like second-class citizens. This is the time. We're in 2022, yet such despicable behavior still exists. The Iranian people are not the Islamic Republic, and the policies they set do not reflect the values or the beliefs of the Iranian people. The internet has been shut down, they cannot communicate, and they need your help to be their voice. Your support gives them hope. It gives them courage. This is your chance to aid a fellow sister who cannot speak up for herself. The people of Iran have been persecuted and oppressed for over 43 years. And, you know, I want to tell you something. It looks like the most courageous superheroes of all times are going to be the ones to actually make a change. The women, the brave, awesome, fearless women and girls just like you. So we, as the City Council of Beverly Hills, were among the first elected officials to have a moment of silence in memory of Mahsa Amini. We have lit up our city halls with the words "Justice for Mahsa Amini," and we stand in solidarity with the women of Iran. And tonight at our City Council meeting, we will be talking about creating a resolution to condemn these acts of violence against these innocent civilians. And now I come to you, our fierce, intelligent leaders of tomorrow, with your call to action and what you can do to bring about positive change. Now is your opportunity. Use your voice, take a stance. Use your social media platform and amplify their voices. Hashtag and follow Mahsa Amini and "My camera is my weapon" to stay informed. And more importantly, take a moment to write emails and call your elected officials. Reach out to the UN and your high-ranking electeds, city, county, and state, and let them know why this movement is important to you. Tell them that you need to see action and you need to see it now. While the Iranian regime is butchering innocent women in the streets right now, they still hold an esteemed position on the UN's Women's Rights Commission. Now I ask you, isn't that the most ridiculous thing that you've ever heard? My family fled Iran to avoid religious persecution, and the last few weeks have been extremely emotional. A lot of traumatic feelings are coming back of when ignorant people would call 6-year-old me a terrorist. Well, my sisters, times have changed. It's time to speak up and speak up loud. No one was there to protect me or girls like me 43 years ago, but now we have a voice. We need to stand up against inhumanity and injustice of all forms. We need to stand up against human rights and violations and abuse. So we are all in this together, and we're witnessing what they're doing to these innocent young girls and women, many, as you heard, around your age. And we all need to be united. So today, I come to you with a call to action. Sample letters are going to be available for you that you can send out to our president and other elected officials. You can alter it as you see fit and say what moves you. There's also a lock of hair campaign. So women's hair has always been a significant, historic sign of her beauty and her strength. Celebrities, dignitaries, and ordinary people around the world are participating. They are cutting their hair, a lock of hair, and sending it to President Biden with a letter asking for his support and for his administration to hold the government of Iran responsible for these senseless murders. And knowledge is power. So the more people understand what is happening, the more we can unite and bring our voices together. The people of Iran are just asking to live freely in peace with basic human rights. I invite you, my friends. I implore you. It's our responsibility to speak up and take action now. So I don't know if you're allowed to have your cell phones on you right now, but if you do, I want you to take them out and start recording. And remember to hashtag Masa Amini with this. And I'm going to invite Ariana and Kiki to come up for a moment. This is going to be our chance to not just be spectators, but actually to do something and to make a stance. Zan Zendegi Azadi, women, life, liberty. These brave women are going to cut a lock of their hair and send it over to our president. Now, before you all decide to do this, I want you to know, please ask your parents for permission. But they've taken their envelopes, they have their information, they will be writing a letter, signing it, and sending it to the president. So girls, we need you. I implore you, please take a stance, do what is meaningful to you, write letters, speak up, hashtag, follow, get involved, and be a voice for those that don't have one. I'm so proud of you and I'm so delighted to be here. Thank you so much.
The tragic death of Mahsa Amini is not just a trend. It is an event that has caused people to take action for the future of the woman in Iran and the future of women's rights as a whole. As Marlborough girls, we are fortunate enough to not only gain an exceptional education, but also to attend a predominantly all-girls school. However, we have to ensure that we are using our education and our voices to help girls all over the world who are restricted from doing so. A revolution is being held by young girls who are just like us, and now we have to help them, regardless of your background.
We need to be the voice for those who are silenced. After this ASM, do not forget what was said. Do not let it go in one ear and out the other. Take action.
No matter what you think you cannot do, hopefully, with all that you've learned and all that we've heard today, you realize that you can make a difference in this world.
No matter your age, gender, race, place of birth, you can make a change for the better in the world, just like these brave girls in Iran. Every little thing you do can help make a difference, and it is your job to help these girls. One particularly useful tool that the majority of us have access to is social media. With the internet being cut off in Iran, these people have been greatly deprived of that tool, but you are not. Simply reposting something on your story, amplifying and sharing the voices of people in Iran helps so much more than you might think. Take 5 minutes, go on Instagram, the internet, TikTok, social media, the news, and further educate yourself and others on this important topic.
And with that, we would like to thank all the speakers who took time out of their busy schedules to come to Marlborough and educate us on this important issue. We would like to conclude with a statement of solidarity with the women of Iran that is being chanted all over the world.
Zen,
Zendegi,
Azadi,
meaning woman,
life.
and freedom.
Thank you so much.